Hi folks, I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. Don't you just love it when a fragrance smells way more expensive than its price tag suggests? Well, that's the case with the brand I'm talking about today. Stay tuned. Hudsons are a British independent fragrance brand. They began as a barbershop in Hertfordshire where they would make their own fragrances and sell them to their customers, and after some really good feedback they decided to upscale production, repackage, rebrand and make their fragrances via their website available to more than just the customers going into their barbershop. Hudsons currently have 3 unique fragrances in their lineup, and just let me try and remember the names here, I don't want to get them wrong. They have 1, 2 and what's the other one? It'll come to me. It's on the tip of my tongue. 3, that's it. Thought I wouldn't remember those for a second. Woo! So in today's video I'm going to be telling you all about these fragrances and also letting you know about a special Valentine's Day discount code. So let's just start in the obvious place with Hudsons 001. Notes in this are iris, violet, orchid, oud, sandalwood, labdanum, patchouli and oak moss. The first thing most people seem to notice about this fragrance is how can they sell such a high quality scent at such a low price, and I thought the same thing when I smelled this. It's just £45 for 100ml, and this is a very smooth, very well blended, gentlemanly fragrance. I don't know why they can charge such low prices. I guess maybe it's fair pricing and a lot of brands are just maybe putting unfair prices on the fragrances. Who knows? Maybe it's because they're a small business, maybe they've got fewer overheads, fewer people to employ, so perhaps that's why a small independent business can offer low prices. But let's not complain about that, let's not question it too much because we don't want them putting the prices up, do we? But anyway, you're gonna get quality for a great price on this. So to me this is a woody iris fragrance primarily. I get this beautiful rich iris in the opening mixed with the woods, and because of the iris and the richness it sort of reminded me just in the opening a little bit of Dior Homme Parfum. It doesn't smell exactly like that fragrance at all, but just that really lovely sort of gentlemanly sweet iris accord that you get in Dior Homme Parfum. And because Dior Homme Parfum is a very rich, full-bodied fragrance, it sort of just reminded me of that a little bit, but it does change in the dry down. There's also oud listed in this fragrance, and if I'm honest, if I hadn't seen oud in the note breakdown, I don't think I would have known there was oud. I wouldn't have picked oud out because it's not a stinky oud, it's not a medicinal oud. What I do get from this fragrance is a lot of wood. I get smooth, sweet, warming woods. So I think the oud, in fact they list it as a sweet oud, and the sandalwood are really giving this just slight creaminess to it as well. So very warming, very woody fragrance. But there are some brighter elements that you may associate with barbershop fragrances. You know, they're a bit lighter, a bit brighter, a bit more invigorating. The woods and the sweetness to this fragrance and the richness to me just seems to add this very modern feel. So it doesn't smell like a classical, traditional barbershop-y fragrance. Nothing wrong with those, they're great, I love those. But because of the depth here and the sweetness, it smells much more modern than your traditional barbershop fragrance. But it does just hint at that a little bit. Of course, that is the heritage, that is where this sort of fragrance began, in a barbershop. So as it dries down, the dry down of this is beautiful. The opening's fantastic, but the dry down is also beautiful because that iris does remain, but it's not as prominent as in the opening. It fades into the background, and with the dry down you're left with this very smooth, rich, warming, woody fragrance. This has fantastic performance as well. It will project quite a lot for me for a couple of hours, and then it will last all day. So fantastic performing fragrance. I wouldn't say it's a mind-blowing beast mode fragrance, but it has very, very good performance. The materials, the blend, they're just all top-notch. Smells way more expensive than it is. Very, very well put together fragrance. At this stage, I do just want to say, because I haven't mentioned it yet, Hudsons did send me these fragrances. I didn't pay for them. They just wanted to know if I was interested in trying them. Of course, I said yes, because I love new brands, and even better if I can support a small business that's British as well. So they did send me these fragrances. There was, however, a little problem with Hudsons 002. I don't know how this happened, but somehow it shrank in the post on the way to me. I'm sure that won't happen to you. Don't know why it happened. I'm sure it's just a one-off. These things happen, I guess, from time to time. But anyway, I ended up with this bottle, which is more like a 15ml size, but there's still a nice bit of juice in here for me to try. So here are the notes of 002. Grapefruit, mandarin, saffron, rose, oud, cypriol and balsams. It opens with this lovely bright burst of grapefruit and mandarin, so quite an invigorating opening actually. And these bright citruses pair really well with rose and oud in the heart of the fragrance. It's not your typical Middle Eastern style rose oud combo. It's not as heavy as that. I think it's more wearable than those types of fragrances and it has better versatility. I do pick up on the oud in here though. I get this beautiful, clean, medicinal type of oud, and it reminds me of the type of oud used in something like Tom Ford's Oud Wood. I know that's just an oud accord, but it's that style of clean medicinal oud, and it smells more natural than in oud wood. But if you like that style of fragrances, then I think you'd really enjoy this one as well. The way that the woods and the balsams blend with the fresher notes make this a bright fragrance, but it's got a good weight to it, it's got a good depth. This is a serious fragrance. It's sophisticated, it's refined, it's very classy, very gentlemanly, but also very mass appealing as well. So to me, this smells like a very expensive niche fragrance that also has great versatility. In all honesty, I bet that if you put this same scent in a different bottle, maybe a blingier bottle, and it costs 3 times as much, you wouldn't blink an eye. Great frag. On to the final fragrance, which is 003, and incidentally, I wonder what Hudsons are going to do when they get to 007. 007. That has to be inspired by Bond, doesn't it? Surely. Hudsons, if you make enough fragrances in your line to get to 7, please do it. Please make a James Bond inspired fragrance. I think that would fit with your company. I think it'd smell amazing, and to have a fragrance that says 007 on the front legally, hopefully you'd be able to do that. But I think that would be great. Anyway, 003. Notes in here are bergamot, grapefruit, violet leaf, soft spices, jasmine, amber, leather and dark musk. I do just need to give a big thanks to Royal Mail. Thank you for not shrinking this bottle. It came through to me at the full 100ml size, so that's brilliant. Let's just talk about the bottle, shall we? Presentation is good, I'd say. I really like the presentation. It's simple, it's minimalist, it's unfussy. Nothing wrong with that. Not all bottles have to be super bling, but it's neat, it's tidy. I think it looks like there has been some good thought gone into the fragrance. By the way, this label is different to the other 2 bottles. I think this is the newest label, so if you buy a fragrance, it is going to come looking like this one. Let me talk about the smell of this, because this smells like it could have been called Hudson's Pour Homme or Hudson's Signature. It's that very easy to wear type of fragrance DNA. It could just be a great day-to-day type of fragrance. And it reminds me a little bit of Dior Fahrenheit, not completely, but just a little bit more in the opening than anything else, because it's got this pairing of violet leaf and leather. So you get that slight petrol accord, that slight sweet petrol accord that you get more prominently actually in Dior Fahrenheit. I think Fahrenheit, some people feel maybe goes a little too far in that direction. It's perhaps a little abrasive, maybe even smells a little more dated these days. So this doesn't go as far as Dior Fahrenheit, and overall it's a more rounded fragrance. It's smoother, it's a little bit sweeter, and for all those reasons I think it smells more modern. Very classy fragrance that I could see appealing to a lot of people. In fact, of all 3 of Hudson's fragrances, this one to me is most like a mass appealing designer DNA, and that's not a negative, that's not a criticism at all. I love it for that. I think it's great that Hudson's have that variety in their lineup, and it's made with high quality materials. It's really nicely blended together, so very mass appealing, very easy to wear, high quality scent. Okay, let me tell you which my favourite of these 3 is, and it's number 1. I just love the way this smells. It smells unique and rich and powerful and bold, sophisticated. However, I don't think I would wear this as often as 2 and 3, because I think those 2 are more versatile. So I would maybe wear 1 for special occasions, perhaps in the autumn time. Number 2, I would wear as a statement making, sort of fun, bright, going out scent. And number 3, I would wear as a day-to-day signature style of scent. Let me talk about the prices of these because it is one of the best things about this brand. The big 100ml bottles are $44.99. The 15ml bottles are $18.99. Great travel sizes, by the way. I love these for throwing in a bag and traveling easily with. And you can buy all 3 as samples, 2ml samples, for £6.50. That's £6.50 for all 3. I would say go for the sample set. It's so cheap. Try them, find out which is your favourite. Maybe you'll enjoy them all. They don't cost that much, so I think a lot of people probably would just buy all 3. So great prices, but I'm going to tell you how you can get them even cheaper. All you need to do when you go to the checkout on the Hudson's website, which I will link in the description below, is type in Valentine's 20, and that is going to give you 20% off. So for all you romantic sods out there and all you bargain hunters, 20% discount, Valentine's 20. And that works on all sizes, I believe. Let's just mention the shipping because I'm sorry to say to the rest of the world, currently Hudson's can only ship within the UK. They're a small business. Shipping fragrance out of the UK is very difficult. It can be quite costly. It can take a lot of time to set up. They are working on it. They are hoping that they will soon be able to ship internationally. So do watch this space. I'll let you know when they can ship. But unfortunately, now the rest of the world will just have to put up with us Brits gloating about how good Hudson's are. So there you go, a little Valentine's treat for you. I hope you enjoy using that discount code. I think we all need a little bit of a treat right now, don't we? Let me know if you've tried these. I think a lot of people have been talking about them, so I'd love to hear your opinions. Let me know what you think, which is your favourite. I hope you found this video useful. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.